Reading prose continuously can be intimidating and boring. I mean, after all, there's a limit to the amount of information and story plots that your mind can absorb. So why not bring in some variation to your reading routine by introducing some poetry books? Poetry is relatively easier and fun to read. The best part about reading a poetry book is that you don't have to be at it continuously. You can easily read it in between tasks. Poetry makes for a light and perfect bedtime reading as well. You can use poetry to gently detangle the knots of your tired mind before you go to sleep. Hi guys, this is Rati here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to start a series in which I'm going to review many poetry books, and this is the first book in the series. Let's take a look at the book. It's called Dancing Moonlight by Mona Bedi. Dancing Moonlight by Mona Bedi. The book is published by Red River. So firstly, let's try to guess the content of the book, what's there in the poems, by checking out the cover of the book. Here is the cover of the book again for you. Now, as you can see, the cover of the book features a woman, looks like a fairly young woman, and there's a bird perched on her shoulder. Then there's a bird in the background as well. There's another bird in the background. There is moon in the background. And lots of colors are used, very dramatic, colorful visuals, dreamy sort of a visuals rooted in a kind of surreal fantasy world. The image also sends you very positive vibes, it's not a predominantly dark or negative image. So what sense do you get about the content of the poems by looking at the cover? What can you guess about the content of the poems? Let me take a guess. I think by looking at the cover that the poems might be about the emotional ride of a woman, the roller coaster emotional journey of a woman. Now let's take at the actual content of the book, what the book is actually about. Now once you actually open the book and start reading the poems, you realize that our guess is right. The book is about the emotional roller coaster ride of a woman, her journey right from her childhood when she craves to be her daddy's little girl to teenage years when she perhaps falls in love for the first time, to adult years, to adulthood when love finally blossoms into something tangible and beautiful, to her middle-aged years when she starts questioning those stereotypical notions of love, and when that conventional love is no longer what she's craving for, but she craves other things, she craves a unique identity for herself. She craves freedom, basically. So the book conveys the journey of a woman in all its essence, although it's not like, kind of these clear-cut demarcations. The best way to put it is, I think, it plays out beautifully. The poems play out beautifully like musical notes of a composition where there's a high, there's a low, then there's a high again, then there's a low again. So different emotional angles, different emotional turbulences are conveyed beautifully by the author. And these are short poems, haiku-like short poems, a couple of lines each. I would definitely recommend this book to somebody who is either new to poetry reading or who has never read poetry before. Trust me, guys, you would love reading this book. There cannot be a better book to start your journey of reading poetry because the poems are very easy to understand. The language is simple and easy to follow. Now, Dancing Moonlight by Mona Bedi. Coming to the content of the book again, as I said, it's a peep into the psyche of a woman, and there are 4 sections that the book is divided into. Each section has a couple of poems each, and these sections are fear, love, happiness, and freedom. I'm not saying the sections in chronological order, but the best part about this book is that, all these sections are interconnected. And the way these poems are interconnected, it unfolds like a storyboard, The book unfolds like you're reading a storybook or a novel. Generally, this is not the case with poetry books. Even if you pick up the best of poetry books, the poems are disconnected from each other. You might enjoy the poems individually, you read one poem, then you skip towards the end of the book. It doesn't make any difference, if you don't read it continuously, because the poems are different from each other. But in this book is beautifully curated. There's so much of thought gone in putting these poems together. Now, I don't know that we'll know from the author only if these poems were actually written this way, in this kind of continuous flow, or they were later edited. But whatever the case is, the author or the editor, the author and the editor both, they indeed managed to do this beautifully. The book unfolds The poems unfold like a story. And there are these little quotes which I'm going to show you in the screenshot. Each section has got these quotes in italics, and these quotes again become connecting links between the poems. So I would definitely recommend this book to all of you. It's a very beautiful peep into the psyche of a woman, and her journey, the journey she undergoes of myriad emotions, of complex emotions. Now, very quickly, I want to read a couple of poems before wrapping up. Let me try and read something from each section. So the first section is Fear, and I'm going to read one poem from here. So many doubts in her mind, for she thought the reflection in the mirror wasn't beautiful enough. The fear of fitting in shrouded her youthful years. Then just notice the way the tone changes in the next poem only, the next to next poem. No fear, just happiness. Youth empowers. Hold my hand. I've been scared too long. Drive away all the fears. I will alleviate your fears. Need a bridge between our minds for us to move ahead. Then let's read some poems from the love section. Where is that mindless love that can change your destiny? Singing a love song amidst the cherry blossom flowers, lovers under the sakura tree. Dancing moonlight, shadows embracing, lovers abound. Silent simmering love, burning on the embers of passion, unyielding, unbending. Then again notice the change in mood. Love is gone, the feelings are waning, my mind is elsewhere, but still that look in your eyes when you see me perturbs me endless. Now we move to the freedom section. Those strings of love keep pulling at my heartstrings, have me tethered to you, and then takes away your freedom. It's what I want, the freedom to be myself when I am with the one I love. It's not worth it when love destroys and possesses instead of making you grow and taking away your freedom and happiness. Take off the mask, wash the makeup off, be yourself, girl. And then lastly, I'll read one or two poems from the happiness section. How I pine for that endless, seamless happiness that no money can buy. Then I'm just going to read last poem from the happiness section. I really like this poem. Am I sad? Am I good? Or am I bad? Am I God-fearing or an atheist? Am I in love or out of it? Am I in a daze or am I numb? Is it just a phase or am I dumb? Am I mad? Have I lost my mind? Is it a passing fad or I am one of my kind? I don't want to give up on my life. I want to live it well. Don't want to lose it all. In happiness, I want to dwell. So guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I would definitely recommend this book to all of you. The book is available on Amazon. I would give you a link in the description section. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the like button for this particular video. Thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.